Ready for your first challenge? It's a challenge time. So in this video, you will solve this challenge and will practice all the concepts that you have understood up until now. So let me tell you what's the problem. So let's say you want to make an application that calculates the person's age in different planets. All right. So for example, when you say you are 18 years old, you are really saying that the Earth has circled the Sun 18 times, since Earth circled complete, throughout the Sun a year in 365 days. So since other planets take fewer or more days than Earth to travel around the Sun because the distance, your age would be different on other planets. You can compute how old you are on other planets by this formula. So here X is the age on Earth, Y is the on planet Y, and D is the number of Earth days the planet Y takes to travel around the Sun. So now what's your job? The job is, or the challenge that you want to do is, write an application that inputs the user's Earth age and print out his or her age on Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, and Saturn. The values for D are listed below. So for example, let me give you a hint over here. Let's say you want to calculate an age for Mercury. All right. So what you will do, you will, write 88 over here for Mercury, and here you will write the age of the user. And like that, you can calculate for the Mercury. So let me give you a hint. Let me write it over here. Use above given formula for all planets. All right. So this is your task or challenge. At the end, you print the string that your age in Mercury is, dash, your age in Venus is dash, your age in Jupiter is dash, and your age in Saturn is dash. So please pause the video over here and try the challenge by yourself and come back to see the solution. I will see you after that. Hope you managed to do it. If don't, no worry, because it's always enough to try. So let's try to solve this problem. So the first thing that we need to do is to take the user's input. All right. So it's a number. Now to take the user's input, we have a function called input. Remember? So we should say input, and then we should say enter your Earth's. All right, so Earth's age. Okay, it won't work like that because we need to use this. We have apostrophe over here. So enter your Earth's age. So please. All right, and now the result should be stored in a variable called age. Okay, so we get the input from a user, and then it will be stored in variable age. Now we need to create 4 variables for each of the planet. So for Mercury, all right, for Venus, for Jupiter, for Saturn. Okay. Now, as I said, we have this formula over here. So Y means planet. So here Mercury is basically. So here inside X, we need to enter age. And for Mercury, we have 88. So instead of D, we'll be writing 88. And then again, age times 365 divided by 225. So I would just copy and paste it multiple times, and I would change certain values. So all of these would be same. I just need to change these values, and that's it. We have calculated all of the values. We just need to print it. So we can have 3 or 4 prints. We can also have 1 print. So to avoid confusion, let's add 4 prints. By the way, you can add it in 1 print as well. All right, so we can also use 4 prints. It doesn't really matter. So we can say like your age in Mercury is Mercury, so we should say plus. Okay, and we just need to change this to Venus, this to Jupiter, and this to Saturn. All right, so now let's test the result. Python challenge number 1.py, enter. So enter your Earth's age, please. So let's say Earth's age is 18 and we got an error. All right, let's see what's an error. We got the error. Now remember about the last video. So here what we are getting, this age integer but a string. All right, so let me show it to you whether it's a string or not. Okay, let me show it to you. So we can say type age. Okay, so let me clear the screen. We need to enter the age, by the way, because it's there. As you can see over here, it's a string, and we need not a string but a number. All right, remember the last video why we need to convert from one data type to another? So that's why we need to. Okay, so we need to convert this into integer, or it can be a float, because not a float, integer, because age cannot be float. You cannot be 15.5. however, you can be, but mostly people don't write it, right? So you don't say I'm a 15.5 age. You say I'm a 15-year of young, or like that. Anyways, let's try it again. And again we got an error. So this time what's the error? It says not float to string, and yeah, so we need to convert this as well into a string, yeah, because we are concatenating it. All right, so I'm not cutting the error parts from this video, because to show you, no matter how professional you are, you will always get an error. It's a normal process to get error, and you always learn better by getting errors. Okay, it's a normal process, so don't afraid if you are getting an error. Okay, don't feel like imposter syndrome. All right, I'm not better. As you can see now, it's correct. So if you are 18 years in Earth, you in Mercury. All right, and I'm using Mercury over and over again, so too many mistakes, by the way, stupid mistakes. So I shouldn't say this over and over again. That's too much mistakes, but now it's all right. So as you can see over here, for Mercury, I'm this. If you are 18, obviously, then this would be your age. So you would be too old. Well, in Mercury, well, and in Venus 29, and then in Jupiter you would be too young. Wow. And in Saturn, well, you would be very, very young. You are almost born in Saturn. All right. So anyways, I hope you have used some of the concepts, like we have used backslash over here, we have used our type methods over here, we have used concatenation, variables, and some of the other stuff. So that's it for this section. We have learned so many things in this section, and I hope this section would be fun for you. So from the next section, we'll talk about some of the advanced topics. So if you are feeling comfortable with this section, then go and start next section. Otherwise, please repeat some of the videos that you have not completely understood. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.